Bet on Aces, 95.9 K-Ace Country.
This weekend, the federal agencies here in Southern Nevada are going into fire restrictions. Basically, that's telling people that they can't have open campfires or charcoal except in developed recreation areas. Most people know that as campgrounds or picnic areas where some of those grills and rock rings are already provided.
Yes, so throughout the summer there'll be different various opportunities for recreation on all public lands. And what we're trying to tell people is that now that we're going into fire restrictions, there are certain activities that are prohibited, like having a fire outside of a designated fire ring, using fireworks, shooting steel core ammunition on BLM lands, and all fireworks are prohibited on all federal lands.
Things that people can do if they wanted to go camping, like up here in Wheeler Pass or in Level Canyon, over the course of the summer, if they take gas stoves, then those are allowed. People can have gas stoves, they just can't have the campfires or charcoal.
So we've had a little cooler and wetter than average spring this year, which is great. It's been wonderful, but that's going to transition into what could be a potentially high fire season because our grass crop has gotten a little bit higher. And so what that means for people driving along our roadway system is that if you park in dry grass, your catalytic converter or other hot parts underneath your vehicle can cause a wildfire. So we say a careless park is a careless spark that could potentially ignite a devastating wildfire.
So what should a person do?
So they should find an area that's clear of vegetation and park there, or park in designated areas, not just pull off to the side of the road.
And so tell me about the ammunition, because that tends to be a bit of an issue, right, because of the sparks?
Yeah, so we know that steel core ammunition, studies have shown that steel core ammunition, the cheaper type of ammunition, has a little bit higher tendency to start a fire when it strikes a rock or other hard surface. But we know that any ammunition can really start a fire, so we're just recommending that people shoot in designated areas and that they have a way to extinguish a fire should one occur, and also that they only shoot at normal targets, not things like vehicles or other things that weren't meant to be shot at.
And you should also pay attention because there's a lot of people up on those mountains, and you need to be aware of where you're firing and where you're shooting in the first place.
Yeah, absolutely, and never into an area where there's dry vegetation.
We hope folks will keep in mind that this is a potentially active fire season with all of the dry grass here in Southern Nevada. Fireworks are illegal on all of the federal lands, including the safe and sane kind that are allowed in Clark County. None of those are allowed up on any of the federal properties.
You can give fines and tickets, and people need to be aware of that.
Right. For illegal campfires, at least on the Forest Service, it is a $250 ticket. They're really quite steep, but it's a very serious problem and we take it seriously.